Welcome back to Summerslam. This is part 2 of Summerslam and another Smackdown exclusive part. Of course, if you missed last part, part 1, we had the Women's Championship match and the #1 contenders match for the Tag Team Championship. But now, to open up part 2, we've got the Intercontinental Champion himself. It's the Celtic Warrior, Sheamus. Now on Thursday, Sheamus announced that he was issuing an open challenge for his Intercontinental Championship at SummerSlam only. One rule: if you've already challenged for the title, you can't challenge again. This is his hopes of getting a new challenger for the title. Someone new and more intriguing than the people he's fought before. Even though the people he's fought before, very intriguing, very great matchups. Nothing to, nothing to ignore, nothing to look away from and be like, he didn't really face anyone big. Who's the challenger even gonna be? This? Oh, no. Oh, no. That's Karrion Kross. Oh my goodness. This is Karrion Kross's first appearance in Universe. He's accepting the open challenge issued by the Celtic Warrior. I guess Karrion Kross is the new signing by Smackdown that comes with this pay-per-view. Sheamus has faced some tough opponents before, but I don't know if Sheamus can quite truly conquer Karrion Kross with Scarlett by his side even. This is gonna be one hell of a tough fight for the Celtic Warrior to defend his Intercontinental Championship against a new competitor in Karrion Kross, new to the Smackdown scene. Yes, this contest is for the Intercontinental Championship. Of course, in one corner, you have the challenger, the debuting Karrion Kross, the walking apocalypse himself. And he has his eyes set on this man's gold. He is the Intercontinental Champion, the Celtic Warrior, Sheamus. Sheamus was calling for one hell of a fight, and by God, with this man coming down to the ring, I think he's got one hell of a fight on his hands to deal with. One last time, this contest for the Intercontinental Championship, all on the behalf of Sheamus, issuing this open challenge. It was accepted by Karrion Kross. Sheamus staring the devil in his eyes and running to him. Ooh. And immediately Karrion Kross grabs him and tosses him over him with that suplex like it's nothing. Oh, gets that Boot to the gut instead, and Sheamus lifting him up. Power bomb, quick power bomb. He's already going for the pin. No, just barely a 1 count. And Karrion Kross already kicks out. Now, kind of taking a break on the ground. Stands up though, grabs him from the back. Oh, headbutt to the back of Sheamus's head. And stomping down on the knee. Oh, and again! Ooh, knee colliding. Trying to crush the knee of the Celtic Warrior. I guess try to injure him further. Go further, I mean, at all. Now Karrion Irish Whip sends Sheamus over the top rope. Gonna have to remind you, this is obviously normal one-on-one match. Champion's advantage. If the champion loses via count out or disqualification, he will still retain his Intercontinental Championship, even if a loss is marked on the records. Karrion Kross joins him on the outside. Count of 1 now. And Sheamus lifts him up, plants him on the ground, and the crowd is loving it with that power slam. And Kross grabs him. Oh! Some kind of suplex move there. They're eyeing each other up, and Sheamus going to take the moment to get back into the ring. Kross will follow. Whiffed kick. Kross capitalizes with a suplex. And a drop kick straight to the head of the champion. Oh, but Sheamus with that gut punch and an Irish whip. No, fake out Irish whip into big boot. Goes for the pin. 1. Oh, a kick out right after 1 again. Karrion Kross shows no signs of getting further weakened and tosses Sheamus into the corner. Ooh! Whiplashing him head into turnbuckle. And again, driving his head into the turnbuckle, driving his skull. Sheamus finally gets that right elbow in there, but Karrion Kross comes back with the kicks. And another. Kind of like a side suplex there. And the big forearm and boot. Karrion Kross is in full control of the champion right now. Will the challenger get his way? He's already calling for this match to end. And he gets him. Submission maneuver, but it's a rope break. Rope break to drop that potential victory and plants him. 1, 2, 2 count, nearly 3. Goes for a stomp, but Sheamus rolls out of the way. Instead, Karrion Kross gets him with the knee, and Karrion Kross remains in control, drapes Sheamus over the ropes, and a chop. Oh, traps him, trapping him between the middle rope there, trapping that leg. Sheamus already limping on it a little bit. Irish whip again, Karrion Kross. Oh, I think he was going for another suplex, but instead Sheamus rolled him through and got the drop kick, and now Sheamus trying to establish further control. How long can he keep it up is the question. Oh! From the middle rope. If Sheamus can keep this momentum up, ooh, big boot, we could see him continuing to be Intercontinental Champion. Karrion Kross has had control for most of this match. Sheamus only just brogue kick from the champion. But Scarlett distracting the referee. You hate to see it. Manager getting involved. 1, 2, only a 2 count. But probably would have been the win if it was not for Scarlett. Sheamus went for a right, got nothing. Oh, and a suplex again. Planting Sheamus. Oh, Scarlett just threw a chair into the ring as Karrion Kross DDT. Misses the chair and the ref distracted. Ref distracted for the moment, and Karrion Kross. Oh, twisting that arm around. No, Sheamus gets a punch, another, and a third, not letting it continue. And Sheamus lifting him up. Oh, driving him as hard as he can back to mat. Lifts him back up. Oh, he's got him. What's he thinking here? He's thinking white noise. I think that's white noise. Sheamus tilt-a-whirl. Backbreaker. That doesn't sound right. Carrying cross. Ooh, he was on the apron, but Sheamus tackled him out. And now Sheamus is going top rope. You don't see this often. Elbow drop goes nowhere. He actually lands on the chair. And carrying cross powerbomb. Oh my god. He drove his head into the damn apron. He just drove Sheamus' head into the apron. That is a concussion if I've ever seen one. And a big boot. He's got to have concussed the hell out of the Intercontinental Champion. And he's got him in that submission hold again. Sheamus just barely gets to the ropes, and he's favoring that head a little bit. Oh my god! Heads collide via Sheamus, lifting him up. Went for the Irish curse, but no! At the knee. And now Sheamus is calling for it. Can he get the better of the walking apocalypse? Oh! Backbreaker into bro kick. Could be it. Scarlett distracting the referee again. Up on the apron even this time. And the crowd wants one more time. As the ref finally goes to count the pin. 1. No bro break. 1 count as Karrion Kross had so much time, he finally managed to grab the rope. Bro kick not enough. Karrion Kross gets up with the right Irish whip into the corner. Oh! Sheamus reverses out of that with a DDT. And now the furious lefts straight to the head. Oh my god. I gotta imagine Sheamus is not feeling well after practically being concussed by Karrion Kross. Big elbow drop and goes in for the pin. 1, 2, 3. Still, your Intercontinental Champion is Sheamus. But after that match, he's got to be banged up to hell and back. I don't see how... Oh... Karrion Kross takes the pinfall loss only barely. And Sheamus, another successful defending of the Intercontinental Championship. Congratulations to the Celtic Warrior, still your champion. As now we get into more championship action. We saw them in part 1, fighting in that #1 contenders match to determine who would face the Usos for the tag titles, and these two won it. The OC, the original club, Carl Anderson, Luke Gallows. The OC called in by AJ Styles. Again, their goal to clean up the tag team division, and I mean, if they take the titles off of the Usos, I would say they've done one hell of a job. I would say they've done one hell of a job in doing that. Tag team championships on the line in just a few minutes. I'm sure AJ Styles would be damn happy to come back and see his boys, the Good Brothers, the OC, with tag team gold around their waist. Again, AJ Styles taking a bit of a break after losing the World Heavyweight Championship. And there are the tag team champions. Jay and Jimmy the Usos, a part of a sort of cross-brand alliance in the Bloodline. Jay and Jimmy, members of the Bloodline that are on Smackdown, while Solo, Sikoa, and Roman Reigns, Bloodline members on Monday Night Raw. Oh my god, okay, almost as loud as Cody. Jay and Jimmy won the titles just a few months ago on an episode of Smackdown, not long after Money in the Bank, and they've held them ever since. The question is, will they be able to retain against the Good Brothers, Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson, especially after losing in what is essentially a handicap match to just Rey Mysterio? I mean, okay, just Rey Mysterio was selling him short. It is Rey Mysterio. And again, yes, this match for the Tag Team Championships over here on SmackDown. In one corner, you have the challengers representing the original club, Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson. And then you have the tag team champions representing the Bloodline, Jay and Jimmy, the Usos. I mean, in essence, this is the Bloodline versus the OC. It doesn't get more like Alliance Warfare than it does here. And ring that bell, they sure well do. Anderson starting... Oh, both red teams I'm noticing. Anderson starts by getting the jump on Jimmy. And the kick to the back as well. Oh! Jimmy went for the super kick, but Anderson grabbed him before it could happen. Going for that sit-out power bomb to plant Jimmy. Almost make him pay for trying to go for that super kick. That was very easily dodged by the machine gun Carl Anderson. Tag into Gallows. We saw this in the #1 contenders match against LDF. The OC very prominent in keeping the fresh man in, which they did much better than LDF. And now Jimmy making Gallows pay for that tag before tagging in Jay. Ooh. DDT, but the drop kick after doesn't quite land. Super kick from Jay. And the headbutt to boot. And Jay, oh my god, he's already going and tagging Jimmy back in. Jay was in for about a fraction of a second before tagging Jimmy back in. And Gallows making him pay with a choke slam in the Usos corner. Going for a pin, but Jay's right there to break it up, which he does before the count of 1. Very easy breakup. And Gallows, that neck breaker to plant Jimmy Uso. Oh, grabbing him back and the chop. The brutal chop. Almost reminds me of the Solo Sikoa's move there. DDT from Jimmy to try and get back into this one. This has been back and forth action so far between these competitors, plus some roll up. 1. Only a 1 though. Only a 1 count. Not enough. Not nearly enough. And Gallows dragging Jimmy toward the corner. Gets off the tag, the quick tag, and they're working together. Irish whip. Is this going to be the dual back body drop? Letting him fall far. Jimmy even going to roll out of the ring after that hit. Anderson was thinking going over the top rope, landing with a cross body, but Gallows actually kind of got in the way there. And a Samoan drop gonna let Jimmy Uso try and gain back control. Anderson lifts him up. Ooh, dropping him. Neck colliding with the knee, the hard knee of Carl Anderson. But Jimmy gets back. Whip does no good. Another whip sending Carl Anderson to the opposite side. Count of 6. Champion's advantage here. If Jay or Jimmy... Ooh. If Jay or Jimmy get counted out or disqualified, they still retain the titles. Not going to apply anymore, though, as both men back in the ring. Oh, and the volley of punches from Carl Anderson. Jimmy going to roll out again, and now Gallows going to meet him, sending him back in, not giving him any time to breathe. Jimmy started crawling toward the corner toward Jay, but not going to happen. The OC have been keeping the fresh man in, and he's got him in that headlock. Anderson has him in the headlock. The Jey Uso comes in, breaks up with a punch. And now Anderson attacking Jay while Jimmy is going for Gallows on the outside. Ooh, punch missed. Hit nothing but air. Oh! Count of 3 as Anderson sends Jimmy back into the ring. We could see new tag team champions over on the Smackdown side tonight. Jimmy went for the tag again, but didn't let it happen. Oh, colliding with Anderson, and Anderson gets the tag to Gallows. Jimmy has the opportunity to tag in Jay, but he doesn't. Instead, he gets walloped. Recovering in that corner, and what's Gallows thinking? Running all of his weight. And, oh my god, again. Oh, and a punch to Jay. Only one, not trying to get him away from the corner. Almost like a taunt, saying, you can't do shit. Your brother is getting destroyed. Jimmy has not been able to tag in Jay for a couple of minutes now, but that DDT should give him the opportunity. Jimmy not gonna do it, though. Not taking the chance. Oh, he went for a spine buster, I think. But Carl Anderson rolled it around. Got off his own maneuver instead. Oh, lifting him up. Is we going for it? Oh, driving his body into the barricade. Anderson, oh, tossing him toward the corner, toward the steps. Oh, whipping him into the barricade again. Count of 6. OC want to be careful. Jimmy draped off the side. Anderson focused on Jay now. Gets the tag to Gallows. Remember, if the Usos stay out here, they could win via countout, right? Or they could retain via countout, I mean. Jimmy gets back in just in time. Don't know what the OC were thinking there. If Jimmy had gotten counted out, Usos would still be your tag team champions. I don't know what the OC were thinking right in their head. And Jimmy has control over Gallows for the moment. And a DDT to get further time. Still not tagging in Jay. And a neck breaker from Jimmy. Jay has got to be very fresh. I would say that Jay has had roughly 13 seconds of action in this contest. It has been all Jimmy otherwise. And Gallows taunting to the crowd. Jimmy finally gets the tag into a basically fresh Jay. Irish whip, so kick to the gut and an uppercut to boot. Jay is joining this match nearly 10 minutes after it started, completely fresh. Apologies. And Jay going top rope, calling up Gallows. Crossbody, and for the pin. 1. No, Anderson breaks it up as soon as he can. Tag team titles on the line here. The Usos want to retain. The OC want to win them. Following him around. Oh, he's got him in that sort of leg lock while also pinning down the hell. Oh my god, I just realized Gallows is completely busted open. He's going to roll out, try to get some breath. And Jay going to assault Anderson on the sides as Jimmy working on Gallows, only for a little bit just to toss him back in. Let Jay finish him off. And Uso splash could be it for the OC. 1, 2, no. Kick out from Gallows. Just barely saving this match as Anderson was nowhere near ready to break that one up. And Gallows planting Jay and going for the tag to Carl Anderson. Gallows definitely needs to break half of his head is blood. Half of his face covered in blood. Yeah, don't want to see that, especially in a tag team championship match. And the volley of fists again from Carl Anderson, this time to Jay. And already tagging Gallows right back in. Getting him right back into this action. Lifting up Jay, but Jay getting the elbow in there a few times, not letting it happen. The Usos cannot allow themselves to make the same mistake of letting one of them stay in for too long. 1, 2 count broken up by Anderson. Feel like that one honestly could have been it. Oh, that punch goes nowhere and instead gets him an enziguri. Dragging Gallows toward the corner. Gets in there. No. And will not allow the tag. Will not allow the tag team maneuver. Now Jay, oh my god, just punching Gallows in the face right where his gash is, right where his busted open face is. That cannot feel very good. Sending Gallows into the corner. Could we see the tag this time? We do. What are they thinking? Double super kick. Is Jimmy now your legal man? Gallows rolls out and Jimmy set his sights fully on Anderson. But got a knee for it. Is now Jay grabbing Gallows. Gonna set him back in, I assume. Yes, he is. And Gallows going for the tag. Jimmy not gonna allow it this time. Not going to give him the privilege that Gallows refused to give Jimmy earlier. Big boot. May have just busted open Jimmy now, though. Which you don't want to see. The crimson is everywhere. As Jimmy in the corner, the hot tag. Are they going for it again? Double back body drop. And now Anderson, he's calling for this match to end, I think. Lift him up. And that's the cutter. Goes for the pin. 1. Immediately broken up by Jay. Not letting those tag team championships out of his sight. Oh, went for the knee drop, but got none of it. Jimmy rolled out of the way. And getting his elbows in there. Big drop kick from Jimmy Uso. And Anderson gets right back up. Grabs him from behind. Forearm to the back. Holding him by his back. Ooh. It's like a forearm there. A little more than just a forearm. That's gotta hurt. Oh, Jimmy with a right though, not letting it continue. Whips Anderson to the corner. That stop. Is he going for more? No, he's not. Instead, letting him fall. Oh, and whacking that arm into the mat. And Jimmy gets the tag to Jay. Jay just standing over Anderson, gets a bit of a stomp. Oh, and driving the knee into the mat hard. And Jay's thinking top rope. Could he be thinking, Uso splash? But Anderson rolls out of the way. It's not happening. And the right from Anderson may have just busted open Jay as well. I think both Usos have faces of red. Cutter goes nowhere. Leaping clothesline. Anderson wants in, Gallows wants in, he gets in from Anderson. And a Samoan drop is what he gets in return. Jey Uso on fire right now, getting the tag into Jimmy. A stomp to the wrist, and Jimmy, Oh, Jimmy too close to Anderson, gets hit, but the stunner in return. Anderson off to the sidelines. Usos in full control over the OC. Oh, the big right. The forearm. Could Jay be looking to end this soon? Lift him up, stalling. Suplex goes nowhere. And Gallows with the clothesline from behind. Like Anderson, I think, might be recovering on the outside. Anderson plants. Jey Uso could see new champions. 1, 2, kick out. Kick out by Jay. Jimmy was nowhere to break that up, but Jay got the kick out anyway. Oh my God. Jay was about halfway to Mars before he was planted down to back to the mat. One hell of a maneuver. And Jay gets back up. And he went for a super kick. And Anderson got the Irish whip. Jay collided with the referee. Ooh, leaping forearm, clothesline thing, not going to work out. Anderson getting the rights. Trying to get back into this match that the Usos had control in for a little bit. Ooh, we could be entering Chapter 3 of this contest. The machine guns going hard. And Jimmy grabs him after being tagged in by Jay. And plants him from out of the corner. Whacking his arm into the mat. What does Jimmy have in mind? He attacks Jay right back in. Yeah, okay. Oh, went for the drop kick in the corner, but Anderson got out of it. Oh, trading reversals here. But Jay finally gets it with the headbutt. Maybe looking to keep it going. No, was looking to get Anderson in the corner, but he got out of that real quick. And the, ooh, dropping his back full weight onto his knee. And the tag back into Gallows. As the OC want to end this one soon. From the ropes, oh, full weight dropped onto Jay. Gallows, oh, just dragging him by his leg to the opposite side of the ring. Like he's nothing, and doing it again even. Like he's just a little rag doll. Gallows trying to get Jay into the corner. Tag into Anderson, what could they be thinking? That's gotta be Magic Killer. Could be new champions. Oh, the assault. Further assaulting Jay with the punches. I don't know why they don't just go for the pin. Big kick, and Jay's going for the pin now. 1, 2. Kick out at 2, just barely. Anderson just barely got the kick out. Gallows did not bite on the pinfall, and that almost cost him. Ooh, clothesline ripples Anderson into the corner. Oh, I don't know what the hell just happened there. Jay was clearly going for something, but just kind of let him go. Jay neckbreaker from one half of the tag team champions. He's thinking Uso splash. He's thinking of ending this contest. No, that's just a normal splash. Going for the pin. Anderson gets broken up by Gallows before it's too late. Ref ran to the opposite side of the ring to count that fall. That's why there was no count to it at all. Anderson goes for the pin now. 1, and Jimmy breaks it up this time, trading pinfall breakups. Oh, snapped by Jimmy. And Jay gonna capitalize. No. Anderson not letting him drag him toward that corner. Gets the right, went for a cutter. But Jay got out of the way. And the right with style. Tag back into Jimmy. This match has been grueling for these competitors. 3 of them are busted open and bloody. The only one not is Anderson, who just received a big chop from Jimmy. Tag back into Jay again. Trying to keep fresher as much as they can this late into the contest. And Anderson with that sit-out power bomb delivered right to Jay. And Anderson's fired up. Goes for the pin. One broken up by Jimmy very quickly. And Anderson off the ropes with the big boot. Oh, Jay went for the kick, but Anderson grabbed it. Jay was in that corner, but didn't stay there long. Stalling suplex, drops him. Jey Uso in control now, dragging Anderson up to his feet. Trying to drag him toward the corner, and he gets it. And Jay with the tag to Jimmy, working together. Could we see? It's looking 1D. Could be retaining right here, right now. And Jimmy's off to the apron, going top rope. Could he end it with an Uso splash? Pulling out all the stops. One, Gallows breaks it up immediately. Jay looks like he's gonna focus on Gallows, maybe. Can't see much. Jimmy has his sights set on Anderson. Anderson on the apron gets the right, gets back into the ring. And Jimmy Irish Whip sends Anderson into the corner. God, Gallows is just covered in blood. Jimmy, middle rope. And the headbutt splash goes for the pin. Whoa, not even a one, gets broken up by Anderson as quickly as it comes. Gallows sent out. Jimmy's going top rope, and Uso splash to Anderson as Jay distracts Gallows. 1, 2, 3. The Usos are still your tag team champions. Jay and Jimmy put it all on the line, and they got it done. The OC gave a valiant effort, but I guess they just aren't done cleaning the tag team division quite yet. Congratulations to Jay and Jimmy, still your tag team champions. That's going to be it for part 2. We will see you tomorrow for parts 3 and 4, featuring Monday Night Raw. Thank you for tuning in to part 2 of SummerSlam.